I know what you want. You want to see the movie.
We're live.
We're always live.
Yeah. Whoa. That was deep.
We're live in the...
Are you okay today? You're like...
I'm not.
You have low blood sugar? I don't know.
I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
Low T.
Oh,
Roast!
that is so awful.
It's like a nightmare.
I'm just gonna have to munch while we're...
You're gonna munch while we record? You gotta have your...
It's that or I pass out,
bar.
I think.
All
so
right. That's fair. So you didn't like the movie, right? Not the movie we're doing today, but the one we're talking about at the beginning.
The house that Jack built. I don't like Lars von Trier.
I don't either. Well, I mean, I guess the only other movie of his I've seen is Dogville, and that was like back in high school. The
only one that I've ever really enjoyed is Antichrist.
Mm-hmm. I still haven't seen that one.
But most of his movies just turn into him speaking through his characters, so his characters just become him, and it's like, we get it, dude. Everything sucks.
He does that a lot in this one.
Yeah.
He's even said this is the character that's closest to him.
No.
I couldn't tell based off of the quick montage of scenes from all of his other movies.
His own movies, yeah.
Oh, man.
That was a little, I don't know, it was super, like, it was pretentious, but I kind of wallowed in it. Like, I was like, all right, I get what this is. And I just kind of wrapped it around me like a warm, pretentious blanket.
It won me over a little bit at the end, but I just don't have the patience for his particular type of...
Do you think it's because you don't really care for Lars von Trier as a person?
No, I don't think so. I think his voice is just, like, the voice he gives his characters are just kind of like, come on, man, we get it.
Yeah.
It's become kind of cliche to have a serial killer character who kind of philosophizes as much as Matt Dillon's character does throughout it, and he's not monologuing about anything new or giving any new insight to the serial killer mindset. It's all stuff I've seen in other movies.
No.
I enjoyed the movie for the most part, except all those dumb scenes where it's just cut in with footage of animals.
Yeah, it's just monologuing over footage of like war and a lion hunting a sheep. It's like, we get it.
I really liked it, and I don't know why. Because I think maybe because I went in with low expectations. Because I was expecting it. It was funny because before I rented it, I played the trailer for Megan. And I didn't know it was the unrated trailer, so there was some... I mean, she doesn't care about graphic violence and shit, and at the end of it, she goes, wow, that looks like it's just gonna be pretentious and boring, and like it might celebrate the serial killer, which we both don't dig. But maybe it's because I went in going, oh, this is gonna be boring and pretentious and slow, and it was kind of boring and pretentious and slow, but for some reason, I just really liked it. Like, I just got into it.
I love the epilogue.
The epilogue was cool.
And I would have liked more of that surrealist style throughout the movie.
Kind of like what we were saying in the chat, like American Psycho meets Dante's Inferno sort of thing.
I would have really enjoyed that a little bit more.
That ending, without spoiling it, did grow on me. I did appreciate that ending. But everything up until that, it's like, it's how I felt about Melancholia, how I felt about Nymphomaniac. It's like, we get it.
I can't fucking stand Melancholia or Nymphomaniac.
I haven't seen either. I don't know. This is maybe not having a context for Von Trier. Because, again, I haven't seen any of his shit in a long time.
Yeah, and I mean, this might be your Antichrist.
Yeah, because I do enjoy Antichrist.
I need to watch that. I've always been afraid of the fucking clip cut scene in that movie.
And you should be, because it's fucking awful.
Right, and I don't... That's like the one thing in movies that... If female circumcision or whatever, like, fuck no.
Yeah.
I can't.
Although, let me tell you, when she bludgeons him in the dick with that tree stump, it's pretty bad too.
Sounds
Yeah.
rough.
Yeah, it's so.
But it's
men
an
have it just
interesting
as bad as
concept.
women, guys.
Okay, whoa. Okay, that's not what we came on this podcast to talk about, Brandon. You can leave your what pill is it? Your red pill at the door. Thank you.
I take a pack with me everywhere I go, Jack.
But what I will say,
That's just a joke.
yeah, sure,
He is being ironic.
sure. So that 4chan Forever shirt you're wearing right now.
Shut
is
up,
just a-
dude!
Oh, well, at least the house that Jack built has an ending that makes sense and fitting for the character. It's unlike the movie we watched for today's episode.
No. Hold up.
What?
We're not getting into it just yet.
You-
It's Christmas time.
Are you gonna derail every intro
Every
I
time.
do?
Every goddamn time. You beautiful bastard.
Okay, then please.
This is our Christmas episode, and this is our house,
That's right. It's our fucking dojo.
our dojo, and in our dojo, Daddy opens his presents first, and the chillins can wait. So we're going to do our little gift exchange. Who wants to go first?
Hell yeah. I'll go first.
You'll go first? Okay. We're going to do our...
Anthony, this is for you.
Yay!
Yay!
Oh my god. Okay.
Nick, because I didn't have anything else, this is for you.
You got me a backpack!
I got you an old dirty backpack. It's
It's the main one? Okay.
All right, Nick, go first.
You want me to go first? Okay. Oh, yes! Brandon has gotten me a very high quality replica WWE Championship belt.
hell yeah.
That little kid on the front is super excited. That is rad. Nice. And I like that you went with the WWE Championship and not the NXT bullshit or the
What a-
NWO.
What am I, a monster?
Yeah,
Come
no.
on.
Get real.
We did debate on if Brandon should get you that one or the women's
The
championship
women's
belt.
championship belt. That's the only other
either
option.
would have been good.
But I didn't like it because the other one had kind of two. I didn't like the Wonder Woman color scheme.
Yeah, no, I dig this. That's awesome. Oh, I'm gonna wear this around the house. Megan's
yeah.
gonna hate you.
All right,
All right.
All right, I'm going in.
Anthony's
What
turn.
did Brandon get me? What did Brandon get me? Brandon got me Count Dracula's Vampire Quiz Book,
Nice. That's rad.
which I picked up at Reanimated and looked at, and then almost bought for Nick.
Nice. What else?
Oh, fuck yeah! Flying Saucers, the startling evidence of the invasion from outer space.
Nice.
Oh, hell yeah.
Nice.
What else I got in here? Ooh, the snows of summer. The reckless awakening of a girl who had been alone too long. Once her passions were aroused, her resistance melted as the snows of summer. Oh,
That's
hell
a long ass title.
But listen, on the back it says, "What is lust?"
Uh-oh.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
All right, I got one more thing in here, y'all. What is it? It is UFOs, past, present, and future. The real facts behind thousands of mysterious sightings. It's like Brandon gets me.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
That's a good little haul.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
All very expensive.
Oh, I'm sure.
All right, who's next?
This is
Go next.
Nick.
All right. Let's see what this is.
You're welcome.
I'm so glad. First of all, I'm glad neither of you got me the fucking Happy Time murders.
Oh, god damn it! God damn it!
I was very concerned.
Oh,
man.
we didn't even think of that.
Psychopathia sexualis. Ooh. What is this?
First of all, it's a very old-looking book.
It is. It is a used. I guess it's a. I like that it's translated, which means that it is not American.
Probably from German.
Probably from Germany. Ooh. It shook the world, apparently. Brought about a total reevaluation of European and American thinking about sex. For almost 80 years, this famous work of Dr. Richard von Krafft-Ebing,
There we go.
there it is,
There we go.
was hidden from the masses by a cloak of medical jargon. At last, the shroud of ignorance has been cast aside, so this forbidden book can now be of use to those who feel that only through knowledge of sexual disturbances can we fully cope with the dangers they present.
Merry Christmas,
Oh,
Nick.
that is... I am reading this. That is happening. And now Anthony's gift to Brandon.
Ooh.
I did a real bang-up job wrapping this, by
I
the
mean,
way.
it's perfect. Oh, shit.
Oh, whoa.
Hell yeah.
That's
This
tight.
is a reaction action figure in the style of a Jack Kirby character. This is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
It's like a psychedelic Galactus.
Yep.
Yep.
That's awesome.
All right.
Hello, it's time for the big presents. Nick rolled in here with boxes professionally wrapped and stuff.
Megan wrapped them.
I figured.
All right, so Anthony, you go ahead and go first.
It's just one of those snake things you open it, you open a can and snakes pop out.
Or just a bunch of glitter.
Ah, fuck you.
It's too pretty. I don't want to rip it.
Ominous
I'm gonna
box.
save that paper.
Febreze.
I got you, Febreze.
I want to believe.
Anthony, take the hint.
It's not subtle. Did she tape it shut? I don't know if she taped it shut.
This was Scotch tape.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Ah!
Whoa! Oh!
I'm whipping out my blade. There it is.
Nick has to help me open my present.
There it is. Yep, there you go.
Can't wait to see what's in this box.
I already told you. You must have forgot.
I definitely forgot. Oh, the toenails are...
Yep. I did that last night.
That's perfect.
I got Anthony a foot. And I painted the
I
toenails.
fucking love you. And this is going right into my mouth. You guys are the best.
That's quality foot right there.
That is quality foot.
Yes. And now the final
All right.
gift, Brandon's.
My turn. Oh shit! Oh shit! What? Holy shit!
You have to open it because the button's not where it's supposed to be.
Oh shit!
It's, I think.
As Brandon just says it to its... Wow.
And you got to turn it on the back. For those of you that can't see this, I got Brandon an animatronic talking pie.
Hell yeah!
My
Hell
God.
yeah! That's awesome.
Right?
I guess we're all gonna have to take pictures with our stuff.
Yeah,
afterward.
we can post them on the grams.
It sounds just like me.
Yeah. It's your perfect analog.
That's awesome.
All right. Good gift exchange,
Happy
guys.
holidays, everybody. Goodbye.
All right, episode over. We're gonna have to
end.
take fancy boy pictures with our
Yeah,
stuff
for
before you
sure.
bail.
I can have the belt over my shoulder with my perv book.
All right, well,
Nice.
this was a marvelous gift exchange, gentlemen. And
Now it's time.
Well, we have to introduce ourselves in the podcast, then they get their present.
Right.
We didn't even tell them who we are yet.
That's right. Welcome back to the Real Obscure Podcast. And here today, we are your Sisters of Anti-Christmas. And I'm Anthony Trevino.
I'm Brandon.
Someone please get this guy off of my face!
Talking Pipe Priest, that lasted way longer than
And I am jolly old Saint Nicholas Rock.
Oh!
Yeah, and
In the theme.
and we are... That's right, I didn't think of a name
No,
again
you
this
didn't.
time.
That's going to be the thing now.
I'm slacking, you guys. I'm slacking. And sorry, guys. I just came back from the Black Lodge. And today we are talking about 1989's Elves.
They don't work for Santa no more.
It's like you knew what I wanted you to do the entire time.
This movie back in the day, Anthony and I rented. It was what, so like 7th grade?
Yeah, that sounds right. We watched it at our good friend Andy's, all cuddled together on the bed.
Did we?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And one of the things that became kind of a running joke was that tagline. We always used to walk around talking about elves and how they don't work for Santa no more.
Although I would like to point out, there's one fucking elf in this movie.
Yeah, one elf.
The movie's called Elves. There's one elf.
One fucking elf. So, I can kind of take the reins of this sleigh.
So Brandon and I are gonna put our reindeer outfits on.
Yes.
Nick's gonna climb into his sleigh.
I'm gonna whip you on the back,
Yeah.
and you're gonna drag me around this podcast.
Oh, that's
Meow, meow.
no, that's not what reindeers sound like.
What do reindeers sound like?
Not meow.
Not meow.
Can you say that for sure? Fucking idiots.
It's kind of what deer sound like, right? Don't they get
Yeah.
like a Yeah, good. Stick with the meow. So the beginning credits, change of pace. Pretty brief.
Pretty brief.
Not too heavy on the credits, but that is the most promising part of this movie. So we open on the woods, and these three girls who are the Sisters of Anti-Christmas, whatever the fuck that means.
It's never revisited.
No,
Never,
we
never reference it.
We never even talk about what this spell is supposed to do, except get one of them a boyfriend.
Yeah.
That was
And
the only
even
thing I
that-
gleaned from it was that.
Even that, I don't know if that was the purpose of the spell, because she kind of dropped that on them there. They were just like, this'll help me get fucking Dan, I don't remember his
Dave.
name.
Dave.
And it's like, what?
Dave's got a
What do
yard-long dick, by
Yeah,
the way.
apparently. We will revisit Dave's dick. So they go into the woods, and these three girls are performing some magic ritual. And there's, oh yeah, how do I get Dave? And then they talk about women being the master race, which is super subtle foreshadowing.
Yeah, well,
But women aren't a race; they're a gender. So
So get it right, movie.
yeah, it gets a lot wrong.
We now convene the Sisters of Anti-Christmas. Sisters? What is this, a script? We bemoan Christmas as a petty, over-commercialized media event. What's bemoan? Means I didn't get any good presents last year. Well, I can totally relate to that. Besides, it doesn't even look like it's gonna snow. You guys, I thought you were gonna help me figure out how to get Dave. Oh, come on, his is bent anyway. We are, Amy, but why just figure out Dave? We should figure out everything. We're girls, remember? We're the master race. Killer.
And then they're about to perform this ritual. Main girl brings out a candle and this weird nudie drawing she did.
yeah, it's like this Alfonso Mucha fucking, like, Art Deco drawing.
With Art Deco boobs.
She mentions the Art Deco boobs. There's
Well,
a busty woman with 4 lines all around her breasts for no reason. Well, there is a reason. But we will revisit that later.
But you gotta remember, they say we bemoan Christmas as a petty commercialized media event.
They seem like they're a lot of fun to be around.
yeah.
They seem, well, one of them is always like, check out my bra.
Yeah. Yeah, that happens a lot. They talk a lot about lingerie,
Well, that's
yard-long dicks,
That's just
getting
normal.
with Dave.
That's
Yeah.
just normal girl stuff, right?
It's like Quentin Tarantino wrote
Yeah.
these women.
Yeah, he gets women.
So they're doing this spell, and somehow, like, I think a gust of wind comes or something, and they all reach for the candle, and somehow the power of their hands break the glass of the candle and cut the main girl's hand, and
Their
she
raw
bleeds.
femininity.
Yeah, just shattered that glass. Cut the main girl's hand, and she bled on the ground, and then they run off. And from where that blood landed, we see a bony monster hand come out of the ground. Because apparently, they just happened to be in the spot where the elf was?
Yeah.
Okay. Fair.
Sure.
No explanation.
And
just-
it's a late 80s monster movie, so you know that arm is slimy.
oh,
Oh
yeah.
yeah, it's real slimy.
Covered in that
This
goo.
fucking elf has walleye to the max.
So the hand pops out of the ground. They run away, get to the main girl's house. Her friends kind of take off, hinting at, oh, we're going to stay at the mall tomorrow night when we're not supposed to. Tee-hee-hee. And then the girl runs in the house, and she puts the book, she had a magic book with her, and puts it away in the library, and that's when we're introduced to Grandpa, who straight up slaps the shit out of this girl for taking his book.
Yep.
Just kind of apropos of nothing, he's in a wheelchair, he rolls in, and she turns around, he just starts slapping the shit out of her.
Wails
This
on
is
her.
a grandpa who has no qualms about slapping her in front of her friends.
Not a bit.
It just makes it real weird for her friends.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go, Kirsten. I really don't like it when
Yeah.
your grandpa just starts slapping
And
you.
he
this
starts
is-
hitting you, and it's...
Starts
It's
yelling
like-
about the master race again.
yeah.
It's like as a kid, you're over at your friend's house and their parents start arguing.
Oh, it's real weird.
It's real...
I kind of just want to go home.
It's fine if my parents are arguing, with me,
Right.
but I don't want
I
to
can
listen to
handle
your
that.
parents argue. This is weird.
Word. So he talks to her about fucking taking the book and what the fuck. Well, talking is kind of... He just smacks her and goes, don't take my shit. And he goes, you were in the woods. I've told you never to go to the woods. And she's like, I would never go to the woods because you told me not to. So that's obvious foreshadowing again.
We
And
get
then
some sweet elf POV here.
Yeah, that was my next note. Elf vision.
Yep.
And it gets very blurry and kind of...
very hard to see.
which makes
Yes.
it even harder to see because we watch this on YouTube for free.
I don't even know if that's the YouTube. I think that's just the quality of this
Yeah,
film.
that
It's
might have been the
not.
quality of.
It's hard to say. But we get the elf vision, and the elf is just kind of waddling up to the house.
Dude, this movie is full of this elf slow walking through things and then disappearing for 40 minutes of the rest of the movie.
Yep. After elf vision, we are introed to possibly the shittiest mother ever.
I
Oh,
think,
I have
oh.
a real problem with his mother.
Oh, yeah, she's bad.
Yeah.
She doesn't just discipline her. She says, I closed your savings account.
She says, I'm going to go down there and close your savings account. And she goes, you can't do that. I earned that money. And it's like, no, she can't do that. Legally, she has no right to do that. Movie. Are you unaware how banks work?
That's not going to stop her from going to the bank and trying anyway.
No, because she's a
she
nightmare.
will totally
She's
do that.
worse than, oh my god, I forgot his name.
Marty's
Marty's
Mall?
mom from
Yeah.
The Dark
Oh,
Backward.
yeah.
I was going to say, I think she's worse than
Because
her.
she was more passive and just lazy and mean.
Yeah.
This mom is the devil.
Yeah, she is aggressively
Yeah.
fucking evil. Like, okay, and then you can't possibly do, like, you can't just go close somebody's bank account, obviously. And the daughter goes up, and she goes to take a shower. And her little brother starts...
But one thing is, this quote that he says is what the movie's... It's the biggest known for quote.
Oh, is it? Okay. The very last line of the movie, I think, is, for me, kind of sums everything up, but we'll get there. This one's pretty good. So the brother starts peeping on her, and this kid's the fucking worst.
Oh, he is.
He is just the worst.
He's a real shitbag brother.
He's peeping in the bathroom at her, and she's like, what the fuck's wrong with you? And she calls him a pervert. He goes, I'm not a pervert. I like looking at naked girls. And she goes, I'm your sister. Yeah, should be enough. And the brother goes, yeah, and you got big fucking tits, and I'm going to tell everybody that I saw them.
That's
And I'm like, that's fucked up.
that's a kid who goes to school, be like, guys, I just saw my sister's tits. They're awesome. And they're like, okay, man.
Like, dude, it's like,
Alright.
hey, Billy, did you, last night I saw my sister naked. Jason, I'm gonna pick a different partner for my diorama for this class.
I don't feel comfortable doing my project on Greek mythology with you.
Mrs. Jenkins, Jason's talking about his sister's naked body again.
He is, despite his Ninja Turtle onesie, this is not a cool kid.
No.
Oh, no.
No.
This is...
And then I imagine he's like, what? They're big fucking tits, and I saw them. I saw them
I'm
titties.
sorry I'm a man.
I'm sorry I hit puberty before everyone else in the 3rd grade. Bunch of fucking soy boys.
He has a big mustache.
So then she starts saying that shit, and then he says his line back, and then they start like play wrestling, and she's like
Yeah.
giving him noogies, and I'm like,
That's
this
weird.
is a serious thing that just happened. This
Yeah.
isn't.
I was like, movie, are you gonna have them kiss?
Yeah, they
Yeah,
got
because
weird.
she's getting poked.
Maybe more
She's
foreshadowing.
getting poked through those Ninja Turtle PJs.
Oh, 8-year-old rager. Don't.
Just
Guy Strickland in 8-year-old rager.
listen, I left a snail trail on the inside of my boxers.
Jesus Christ. It's just, like, she's play fighting with him. I'm like, this isn't funny.
No, that kid is sick.
There is a problem here.
Yeah.
You should talk to somebody. And at this point, they're play fighting, and the elf is looking through the window at him like, this dude's getting up on my lady.
Yep.
Like, he's not having it. And then it cuts to Kirsten later in the night, and she's laying in bed with her cat, and she says, "Oh, Agamemnon, you're the only friend I have." And I'm like, I just saw you with your fucking friends. Like, what are you talking about?
I get your friends can go fuck themselves, I guess.
Yeah, like, they're kind of assholes, but you have friends.
Yeah.
Like, she's like, "Oh, I'm living a cliche. My cat's my only friend." I'm like, we opened on you and your friends. What are you talking about?
And your brother seems to like you.
Oh, he really likes her.
Yeah. And
He's a category on P-Hub now.
What?
Do this.
Kid from Elves?
Yeah.
That's a category.
It's Christmas and all I want is you,
Step
brother. Num num.
Still, okay. I'll bring it up later, because you said the stepbrother thing, and it made me think of something
That I saw on the internet
No,
once.
no. About
On
this
a private
kid.
browser.
On tour.
About this kid, but I don't want to get into spoiler territory. We'll get there later. So we cut to the basement where the elf breaks in the window like the little shits from Trouble Every Day. Same technique.
If only this troll met the same fate.
Yeah, it would have been a much shorter movie.
That kid, that brother eats
the elf.
Yeah, after he pulls his little Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle jammies up to show off his 8-year-old hang down.
Yeah, I'm gonna get some stink on my hang down, troll.
Come inside, troll.
And then eats the shit out of him. The elf is like, what the fuck?
Call the police!
You imagine you're a parent, you run in, and your 8-year-old son is eating a troll's dick off. What the fuck?
Kill me!
What happened? Who's the bad guy in this
I was
movie?
gone for 2 minutes!
Yeah, hey, who's the bad guy here?
The kid's like, this is my fucking movie now. So the elf breaks in, runs up to the brother's room and attacks him, I guess presumably because he was getting jelly of the brother moving in on his girl. And the elf attacks him and then runs away, breaks out the window? I wasn't too clear on that.
Yeah,
The elf is suddenly gone. And the mother and the main girl, Kirsten, come into the room and he's like, it was, what did he say? A little man, like a ninja,
Only like a gremlin.
gremlin.
A little fucking ninja gremlin.
Okay, let me say something real quick. This movie's PG-13.
Which is very strange when we get to what happens later in the movie.
But even here, this kid has said fuck like half a dozen times and peeped in on his sister.
Yep.
And this is a PG-13 movie.
Yep.
Just throwing that out. You're allowed one fuck in a PG-13, and this kid wore that out in his first scene.
It was 1989. We're just throwing caution to the
Different
wind with our
times,
ratings.
I guess. So, next note, brother's the worst, because he's just the worst. And then the mother says, "Oh, it was the cat, Agamemnon."
Yeah, she really has it out for this cat.
She immediately blames the cat for a little ninja gremlin man attacking her son, I guess. So then after she blames the cat, the main girl takes the cat, goes back to her bedroom. Cut to the next day, and we introduce the man,
Hell yeah.
the myth, the legend. Grizzly Adams, which is the only way I will refer to him through this whole movie.
And he's my favorite character. He's he's a dude, he's a blue-collar man, he's down on his luck, and he just needs a job. Yeah. And he rolls into the department store, and he's like, hey, Hugh, I'm just wondering
Because he used to be the security guard there, and he's drunk.
So, obviously, he
got
lost
fired,
his job.
right.
And this fucking smarmy, this
I
department store
I
owner.
disagree. I'm a Hugh defender.
Wait, you're a Hugh defender?
Hugh is not that unreasonable.
This guy, no,
he is running a business.
No. Everyone shut the fuck up. Dan Haggerty, Grizzly Adams, come to him, hat in hand, ready to eat crow, saying, hey, just give me a chance. I'll have kids sit on my lap as Santa. I'll do whatever you need. And this guy's like, No, thank you.
He said no.
And then he floats away
He
on a
says-
cloud of his own smugness.
He says, I'm sorry.
Oh, okay, that makes it better.
But he does it in
sorry.
such a condescending way.
Yeah, no, it's not, hey man, I'm sorry. It's, oh, I'm sorry. We simply mustn't.
I don't know. I'm kind of on the side of Hugh.
Oh.
He's
Are
not
you on the side of
unreasonable.
Hugh later in the movie?
Yes. Oh my god. He's not unreasonable. He's not unreasonable. But I'm gonna bring you guys back around to my side because I have a suggestion.
Okay.
Because we've started our real obscure rogues gallery because we've got He Who Shall Not Be Named. We've got Vincent
fucking Dead Eyes.
Ratface Gallo.
Yeah.
But I think we need a fucking real obscure Justice League.
Okay.
We need the counter side of that. First member, obviously, Mace.
Oh, of
Without
course.
question.
Yeah.
Mace is our Superman for the Justice League.
Yeah.
And I think that Grizzly Adams, Dan Haggerty, and Elves should be our fucking Aquaman. He's our
Absolutely.
second.
I'm
Yes.
on
He's
board
our
with that.
second
I'm on
in the
board with
Justice
that.
League.
Yep. I'm
Does
on board.
that make Marty Mall our guy in the van then?
He's their Jarvis
Yeah.
from
Yeah,
like the old
okay.
comics where
Yeah,
he
yeah.
was an actual
Well,
butler.
that's Avengers, not Justice League. But
You
yeah,
know, whatever, man.
Okay,
It's all
but
the
he's
same.
he's their Alfred.
Yeah, he's their
He's the Alfred.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Still getting the short end of the stick on
Yeah.
it in this. Okay.
Yeah, but he
you know
has
what?
to.
They treat him right.
They treat him well. I can't imagine Mace and Dan Haggerty not treating him well. Because they are good people.
They're gentlemen.
They are fucking treasures.
Yep.
Right. And so from there we cut to the diner. So it took me 2 watches to realize that Kirsten works at the cafe inside the department store.
See, I thought it was a mall for a while,
It
but I
looks
guess
like
it's
a mall.
not a mall. It's a
department store
Yeah.
because Hugh is also her boss.
Right.
So I think it's like a Nordstrom's cafe or something, but she
Okay, that
dresses
makes
like
sense.
a 1950s soda shop.
Yeah.
And she has some conversations with the girls, and she's like, oh, come on, guys. Let's goof on Santa. This is what I've been wanting to do all day.
Yeah,
her
cool.
and I think this is the scene where you discover her friends are real shitty.
Yep.
Like they are the worst female stereotypes of 80s movies. Like all they talk about are boys
And
and
makeup
how they're
and-
gonna get laid and wear lingerie and put on makeup and be real pretty and,
Yeah.
and that was one of the most obnoxious elements of this movie to me. Is these female characters are not characters. They're
I mean, they're stereotypes.
they're just horrible stereotypes.
And in keeping with the horror tradition, they're all 27 years old.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah. Everybody
but
in this movie
they're
is like
supposed
30.
to be like high school,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Are
Yeah.
they? Okay.
It's like, come on, girls, let's go mess with Santa.
Yeah.
Like,
Let's-
hey, I gotta be at work tomorrow.
You're a
so-
fucking adult. What are
Yeah.
you doing?
They're
Like,
goofing on Santa.
You're not even a high school. So you're not even like an 18 adult. You should have been out of college. Adult.
It's okay.
And you're
'cause
goofing on Santa.
Goofing on Santa turns out to be a real bad idea.
It turns really weird. Again, PG-13.
Oh, I forgot about that.
The next scene is so there are 2 scenes intercut with each other. Them going to goof on Santa
Yep.
and the mom drowning her daughter's cat in the toilet.
Which just seems so... First of all, I don't know why we're drowning the cat. But
It's
why
the
in
eat
the...
the cat trope, man.
Why-
Eat the cat. You
why
gotta
in the
fucking
toilet?
raise those stakes. No,
At
it's
what
terrible.
point? At what point did that seem like a good idea?
And it doesn't take her
So-
long either. That cat apparently
Yeah.
drowns real fucking
Yeah,
quick.
That cat was just inhaling all that.
Yeah,
water.
it instantly drowned.
But not only is this woman awful, but she's also crazy because
Yeah,
she's fucking nuts.
right
She's
next to
fucking
a
insane.
tub.
Yes.
It would take 2 minutes to
That's
fill
very
that tub.
true.
up.
I didn't even consider that. She goes straight for the toilet.
Well, you think the directors or the writers were like, oh, we could have her do it in the tub, but what if she did it in the
I
toilet?
think that
That's
was
even
it.
worse.
Yeah. Because there's only like this much water in the toilet, bro.
It's like drowning in a puddle. It's fucked up.
Oh shit.
So then that is intercut. She drowns the cat, buries it in the yard, and that is intercut with the girls goofing on Santa. So Kirsten sits on Santa's lap, and Santa goes, "What do you want for Christmas?" And she goes, "I want it to snow." To which he replies,
Ho, ho, ho. And what do you want for Christmas, little girl?
For it not to be Christmas.
Why?
I hate snow. Can you make it snow?
Oral.
What?
Santa said oral.
And she goes, you see his hand start sliding up her leg, and she goes, what? What did you say?
Oral.
And then she smacks the shit out of him, and it becomes a whole thing. But now, Megan pointed out
the fact that he doesn't get fired on the spot. They tell him to just go take a break.
Oh, I thought they fired him on the spot.
No.
They tell him to go take
They
a
tell him to
break.
go take
Really?
it because he goes to the break room to do a bunch of cocaine.
Yeah,
and then later he's like, "Hey, you underling, go find Santa because it's time for him to come back."
Oh, I guess
Yeah.
I blocked that out completely. But Megan pointed out the fact he never specifies whether he wants to receive or give oral. Just saying.
Either way, I'm not sure. Either way, Nick, I'm not sure it's the
saying it's
appropriate
good.
time or place. As a mall Santa, you should not be
course
soliciting people for oral sex
Of
to
course
give or
not.
receive.
I'm just saying
Santa's-
he didn't specify. Maybe he's a giver.
Santa's oral shop is at a different part of the city.
Maybe that's how he makes it snow.
Gross. But yeah, so they tell him to go take a break. And then, is this when he starts doing the...
Well, wait. They tell him to go take a break, and as he's walking to the break room, one of the ladies says, "Oh, hi, Santa," and he just flips her off and keeps walking.
For no reason. Still not fired, mind you. And then we get elf vision, and the elf is following Santa.
And I think it's important to note that a lot of times when we're in this department store or doing something in the movie, there's some form of elf vision.
Right.
Which
He's always watching.
He's in the background all the time.
He's watching from the
No one
shadows.
ever fucking notices.
No one sees.
Not
There's
a
a
single
scene-
person notices.
There is a scene later where Haggerty is standing there, and he's staring straight where the fucking elf is, turns, walks away, and the elf kind of comes into frame. It's like you were looking directly fucking at him.
Yeah.
You don't
Yeah.
see this elf. So that's just kind of a weird thing. Maybe it's magic. I don't know.
Or he was blinded by his raw masculinity.
Yeah. He was just like, I'm such a man. I can't see, and then had a stroke.
But Dan Haggerty's a real low-key guy in
He's
this
very,
movie.
he's like the
He's
dude.
soft-spoken.
Yeah.
He's like the dude. He's very just kind of cordial and nice and polite, and he will fuck you up. But he's,
I guess.
Oh, he does.
He slowly.
If you're a Nazi, oh, that's right. We'll get to it. But he's just very low key, very nice, chill, but still a man's man. So Santa goes to the back on his break after suggesting oral sex to a young woman.
And flipping another customer off.
Starts doing a ton of blow. PG-13.
Well, but-
Santa's doing a bunch of blow.
But it's
PG-13.
PG-13, and he still gets stabbed in the dick.
straight up
Several
stabbed
times.
in the dick to death.
That's elf justice.
That is elf justice. Because I think, again, he was creeping on her. And the elf's like, nah, ain't having it. Stabs him in the dick to death. Then, after he's stabbed up good, the detective that serves no purpose in this movie whatsoever. He is the most useless detective I think I've ever seen in a movie.
Yep.
He shows up and goes,
He's
fucking dead.
He shows up and goes, Ishtar.
Ishtar.
Oh, fuck, I'm in the wrong movie.
Holy shit! What year is this? He just starts, oh god!
Now we're
That's
putting
our
together-
Jim Gordon.
I was about to say.
Oh, my man.
Yes. Now
yeah.
we're putting together our GCPD. We've got the cop from Blood Feast and the cop from this just doing fuck all.
The cop from Elves is Bullock.
Yes.
Oh,
he's
yeah.
Bullock.
But it's important to point out that the department store owner says, we haven't had something like this happen for 50 years. And I'm like, what the hell happened 50 years ago?
You had another Santa stabbed in the dick.
Yeah, there was another dead dick
Coked
Santa.
up Santa
Yeah.
that got stabbed to death. So the detective does nothing.
Well, he asked Dan Haggerty, did you kill this dude? Or no. He asked Kirsten that.
Yeah.
He's like, well, you guys had an altercation, so did you fucking kill him?
Yeah, 1989, so this is your fault, right,
Yeah.
women?
Yeah, woman. You must have stabbed him in the dick. So there's a little back and forth. He accuses her, whatever. And then that's it. And then we cut to Haggerty that night going home. And he goes to this trailer and there's just an 8.5 by 11.
Man, this is such a bummer.
There's an 8.5 by 11 sheet of white paper with bold words on it that just says "Notice to vacate," and that is it.
And then he doesn't have anywhere to go, so he sits outside of his own trailer and falls asleep
Yeah, that's...
in the snow.
Who's noticing him? Notifying him to vacate? Is this not his trailer? Is he renting this trailer? That's the kind of trailer you own. You don't rent that trailer.
Yeah, it's
so who's vacating
it's
it?
some kind of huckster who convinced him that he's renting the trailer.
Yeah. Little Jackie Chrome renting him the trailer.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, daddy.
Yeah.
So he gets notified to vacate, falls asleep next to the trailer. Later that night, Kirsten's at home, and the elf digs up the cat.
Yeah.
And then waves it at the window, hey!
The elf is like mashing it against the window.
Like,
I brought you this
bloody.
thing back.
So I guess he was trying to be nice, like, I brought your cat back, and he's slamming it against the window.
Rub, rub, rub.
You were sad about this.
Oh, sorry. This is a present for your brother. Wrong room. I apologize.
At first, I thought that he was just being an asshole, but now I think he was like, no, your cat was gone, and here it is. I'm bringing you a present.
I watched this movie twice, and I'm just
so
now
did I.
realizing that the elf was trying to, keep her
It took me
safe.
a second watch, too, that he keeps going after the people that are creeping on her. He brings the cat back as, like, hey! Like, he's trying to woo her by protecting her from these creeps and bringing her cat
This
back.
elf is the slowest moving monster
Yes.
I've ever seen. So I pose to you gentlemen this question. How the fuck does no one see him? Man, you're driving, he goes from the forest to the house to a department store in the city. No one just was
At a
no one happened to
snail's
be
pace.
no one happened to drive by and go, "What the fuck?"
What is this weird fucking little person thing walking through the snow naked with
Carrying
a
a
pointy
dead
head?
cat.
Yeah.
With a fucking hat like the walleye. His
Yeah.
eye is so crooked.
Yeah.
That's a birth defect. Don't shame
that's not
don't shame
nice.
the elf.
The elf didn't do anything. He doesn't deserve that.
I would disagree. The elf has
Okay.
done several
Well,
things.
he did stab a guy in the dick to
One of
death.
which was to put a dead girl's hand in his mouth.
We haven't gotten there yet.
He knows how to have a good time.
Yeah. You got a foot.
Oh, I know. I'm so sending that a picture of that to my girlfriend later. That's the best.
So
You heard it here first, everyone. Anthony has a girlfriend.
No, you guys.
Anthony has a girlfriend.
dish. So the grandpa.
She goes to a different school in Canada.
She goes to a different school in Shelbyville.
You wouldn't know her.
You wouldn't know her. So I think the grandpa has another conversation because my next note is just he keeps talking about the forest because he's German.
Yep.
He's the forest. He's got a very thick German accent, and I have a note here, but I don't know if that's jumping ahead a little bit. But I don't know why the elf was buried in these woods because you find the people that were involved with the elf were Nazis. Mm-hmm. So
Naturally.
why? Of course, because why the fuck wouldn't they be?
Yeah.
Why would the Nazis bury an elf in the woods in a small town in America? Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. Like, what is their thinking on this?
It's almost like they didn't think about that when
Right?
they're making the
They
movie.
didn't think about that.
You guys,
point.
real quick, 3 people worked on this screenplay.
Yes.
That's
and they
insane.
all got their individual credits at the end.
No,
of the
that was
movie.
yeah.
Yeah. So, and then we see Grandpa. He's got this weird red crystal in his library. We see him like folding it up in a little fucking red napkin, and he puts it aside. And they never really explain what the fuck the crystal is, but it plays an important role, I guess.
It's called an elf stone,
Oh,
I believe, because isn't that
I don't know. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
the same one.
elf stone?
Elf stone.
Elf stone.
You heard it here first, folks.
That's my
So he wraps-
RPG. stone.
He wraps it up and he puts it aside. And then there's this scene, just a real quick shot of the elf like peeking over a white picket fence that was really fucking funny to me for some reason.
Yep.
He just like steps up. Huh?
See you later, folks.
What? So Grizzly Adams meets the main girl in the diner the next day. And she's really upset because her cat died, and he tells a story about his dog dying. They commiserate with each other. And that's when he gets hired by Hugh to be Santa. So Hugh gave him a fucking job. So let's not attack Hugh
after
so
the
much.
first Santa, who who demanded oral.
Yeah. Well, he
In
didn't
either
demand.
way,
He
either
suggested.
way.
But yeah.
He lightly suggested oral.
Well, even heavy-handedly suggested oral.
And
but,
then flipped a customer off and still wasn't fired. He only got replaced because he died.
yeah. But Hugh went to him first. He was
We
like,
don't know
I
that.
know you need a
We
job.
don't know that.
I want to believe that Hugh's roommate is the nerdlinger from Dr. Caligari.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I could see that.
Yeah. Bunch of fucking nerd boys.
No. Hugh gave him a job. He hired him on his Santa. And Grizzly Adams happily took the job because he needed a job, and Hugh came to his rescue.
No, he
So,
made him theoretically
on.
get down on his knees
Moving on.
and beg for his job.
Gavin, how are you? How you doing?
Okay, Hugh, it looks like Christmas is treating you okay. Got my 9-to-day shift. It was a real tough grind, but I did it.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
Look, you're always welcome around here. Why don't you get some coffee and donuts at the snack counter? On me.
Come on, Hugh. I can buy my own coffee, and you know I don't need any donuts. I need a job. That's what I need.
Well, I don't have anything for you. We contract out for our security now.
Well, how nice. But I know you always need extra help around here at Christmas time. I'll do anything. Look, I'm straight. You can trust me. Give me a break, please.
I'm sorry.
What'd you say?
I'm sorry.
You know, you really are sorry, Hugh.
You take that sentiment outside, mister. It's Christmas time.
Well, Merry Christmas to you.
So Grizzly Adams
Fuck you.
becomes Santa. Some kid pees on him. Because, of course.
Because it's that part of the movie. You know,
He
in all
sits in the
movies.
break room and sees the chalk outline that they've
Yeah.
left from the
He's-
other Santa, and he's like, well, I sure hope that doesn't happen to me.
Because the chalk outline was still there the next day. Like, it's just permanently in their break room now.
Are Santa deaths
That's where
trending?
Eddie died.
That's how much of a shoddy operation he runs. He's going
Oh,
to leave a chalk
don't.
outline on the floor.
Ooh,
That's not him, that's the cop.
I
That's
feel
the
like the
useless
investigation...
that's the single detective on this
the
case.
single useless detective that does nothing. Stop Hugh shaming!
I'm going to shame this movie so bad.
So then, Grizzly Adams sees the chalk outline, he's wiping the pee off himself, says, hope that doesn't happen to me. Then he notices a symbol engraved on the ground, and he kind of brushes the dust away, and you see the Blue Oyster Cult symbol. Am I the only one that fucking notices that it is exactly the symbol from Blue Oyster Cult?
It's like the question mark.
Yeah,
and
with the line across
Yeah.
it. It's Blue Oyster Cult's logo.
Yeah.
And for some reason, they decided that was the evil Nazi sign for elves, I
Maybe
guess.
the troll is just way into BOC.
Just into it?
BOC.
Yeah.
Yeah. BOC.
BOC, yeah.
Yeah, no, that's right. Being a BOC head myself, that is a proper... Oh, yeah.
You two fucking done?
Oh, I'm sorry, Your Majesty.
Hang on. They just brought up one of my favorite bands in this movie.
What's your
by
favorite Blue
accident.
Oyster Cult song? And if you say any
Veterans
of
of the Psychic War.
All right, you're all right, Nick.
I know my BOC, son. I have all their albums. I'm no joke.
my favorite BOC song is "Don't Fear the Reaper."
Yep. Burning for you? Yeah, no. You're not a BOC head if that's your answer.
Not a Bach head.
Not a Bach head. Oh, I like that. I'm going to use that.
but then it makes it sound like you just really like Bach.
Yeah. Oh, no.
Yeah.
The old people music?
Ew.
I only listen to stuff that's made on a fucking Moog synthesizer. I mean, that sounds true for me. Never
Yeah,
mind.
no, that's really accurate.
That sounds accurate.
So he sees the BOC symbol. I put in note, guitar riff. And he goes, no, I'm not a detective anymore. I'm not even a mall detective. So he used to be a cop. And then he became a mall cop. And he lost that job too because he's a fucking drunk and you're blaming Hugh.
He has the clout of an ex-detective. He has the humility to crawl to Hugh asking for a second chance, and Hugh spits on him.
I'm against you on this. Hugh has every right. It's his goddamn story. This guy fell from grace because he's a goddamn drunk. And Hugh has
I
every
guess
right.
the idea of redemption is out of the question here. This man got clean. He got kicked out of his trailer.
For now, how long? Now that he's homeless, how long till he's back on the hooch?
We'll see who's laughing once this movie's over. We'll see who's
back
laughing.
on the hooch.
We'll see who's laughing. You know what? After he deals with what he has to deal with in this movie, he can do whatever he wants. I'll buy him rum.
You'll buy him a fifth.
I'll buy him all the rum he can
Give
drink.
him the blow that Santa didn't finish.
That's right.
Brandon, that's called enabling.
That's fine. After what this man goes through,
he's gonna be a mess on our Justice League.
You know what?
Just Grizzly Adams hammered in the background. Mace!
We gotta go get Darkseid!
We gotta get a Mace.
Oh shit.
Mace is like, dude, here's some coffee. Like,
get it together,
Mace
man.
just being a gentleman, but a straight up badass. He hangs up the Chaku. He's like, I'm just gonna get you through this, man. So, after that scene, we go back to the library where the grandpa is. And the Nazis show up for the first time, and they're
like 80s action villains.
No, they're like the nihilists from Lebowski.
Oh,
Where's the elves? Where's the elves, Grandpa?
Where is your magic book?
And they act like they're useless. They're the most bumbling Nazis I've ever seen in a movie before. And I just kept thinking of the nihilists because they talk with that accent. And then he says the line, "When there's no more room in hell, the elves will walk the earth." And I'm like, what? Sorry?
It's like, can they do that?
I guess they can. It's not technically copyrighted, but that's a weird thing to say.
Yeah. What if Dawn of the Dead was just a bunch of elves?
Just elves. See, I would have. At least it would have had more than one elf in a movie called Elves.
Would have been more aptly named.
Yes. So they're looking for the elves, etc., etc. Cryptic hints at what the Nazi plotline is, which we'll fucking get to. And then we cut back to the mall. And the girls are staying after hours. They've snuck in. She put tape over the lock. There's this little fucking Three Stooges bit with the tape that happens. She puts the tape over the lock so the door doesn't lock to let her friends in after hours. Grizzly Adams has been doing the same trick because he's now sleeping in the break room because he's a bum.
Look, I'm sorry if people down on their luck sicken you.
They don't. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying he is taking advantage of Hugh's good nature.
He sees an opportunity that doesn't affect anyone.
I'm starting to change my opinion. Maybe Hugh should be in the Justice League instead of Grizzly.
Nope. I will turn this table
We
over.
will fight.
Please don't.
Okay, so...
Shut up. Take a side or shut up.
So... Grizzly Adams has been doing the same trick with the tape.
Like a gentleman.
Like what he is.
A gentleman.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then... so, he eventually... The girls show up, they're putting on makeup, because of course they're girls in an 80s movie, and they're talking about putting on lingerie and how the boys are going to be there soon. And something about Dave's dick being a yard. And then one of the girls is like, "Is it really a yard?" And she's like, "Yeah." And I'm like, I don't think you guys know what a yard is. Because that's not anatomically possible.
But it's important to point out that we're cutting between them there and... Oh, shit, I forgot his name. Grizzly Adams going to the library to check out books on the occult, to which I was wondering, why did he do that? Is it just because he saw that symbol?
Yeah, well, he goes to the library and goes, "I'm looking for a book on, like, runes and symbols." And the woman goes, "Occult sciences." And he's like, "Huh, what?" It's like, yeah, what the fuck did you think it was?
You idiot.
Like, he was so like, what? Occult sciences? Why would runes be in a book about occult sciences?
And also, she's like, "Oh, occult sciences, section 666.
Oh, does she?
Yeah.
Boo.
Boo.
Boo, you movie.
And then so one of them says, "Oh, that's a little on the nose." And it's
Do they? I missed that
It's
whole
like
back
a
and
wink
forth.
at the audience.
Oh,
type thing.
Jesus. Okay. So then he's going through the book looking for the Blue Oyster Cult symbol, which he should have just gone to fucking Lose
The record
Records.
store?
Yeah. And he opens it to the page where the symbol should be, and it's torn out. And he says something to himself, And the woman behind him goes, shh. And he goes, shh.
Yeah.
It's
that's
like you
the
were
best.
you were talking to yourself in a library.
Yeah.
She had every right to shush you. And he's like, shh.
I don't know.
You're an apologist.
I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe she should have minded her own goddamn business.
I mean, it is a library, Brandon.
Right.
He wasn't
Thank you,
talking
Anthony.
aloud.
Why talk to yourself at all?
He came across a dead body and found a symbol. And he went and found a book that should have the symbol in it, and the symbol's gone.
Right.
He's entitled to a little, like, what the fuck is this? He's entitled to that without being hassled.
Fair enough, I guess.
By it.
I don't know.
All right, let's...
There's a little animosity at this table for a Christmas episode.
A lot of wrong people at this time.
I guess. So he comes back to the department store and finds the tape gone off the door because the girls went in and took the tape off. So he's like, the fuck?
Now the door's locked and he can't get in.
He can't get in. He goes around the corner, picks up a fucking crowbar.
He's ready to smash.
He's ready to smash that fucking window. But as he's getting the crowbar, one of the girls has the tape, and the main girl's like, what are you doing with that? How are the boys gonna get in? So she goes and puts the tape back on the door. Grizzly Adams comes back with the crowbar, ready to smash the fuck out of that door, out of Hugh's property.
Well, nope.
Yep.
Nope.
Yes.
He doesn't own the building. He's the manager of the company.
Okay, it's still his store.
He's still responsible for the store, Brandon.
He was gonna smash his shit up because
You know
he
what?
couldn't loiter in his building after hours.
After the way he treated Grizzly Adams, you're goddamn right. He's entitled to some window smashing.
Anyways, he's ready to smash that window open, and then he finds the doors open because the tape is back. So he tosses the crowbar aside and goes in. The girls are like, oh, meet us in lingerie to the main girl because they're going to get fucking lingerie up for the boys to come. And Grizzly Adams is up on the upper tier of the department store and sees him and goes, these girls.
Yeah.
You gotta be kidding me.
It's a good you gotta be kidding me, though.
Yeah, he's just like, nah, you. And then the girls are trying on lingerie, and they have this weird dude, where's my car back and forth, where they're like, no way, no way, I said way, no way. And
I love looking at Nick's face doing that.
My Valley Girl face.
Yeah.
And I don't know the point of this, like, it just went on for a while, and then they're like, okay, we're done.
They're like, we're 10 minutes short of a feature runtime.
Right. And then we find out that Grizzly Adams is crashing in the boiler room or the break room or whatever. And this is the scene where the elf is right the fuck in front of him. And he just doesn't see him.
Yeah.
Like, literally it was like He Who Shall Not Be Named standing behind the lamp in Peeping Blog.
Yeah.
Like, it was that bad.
They use the same capelet of invisibility.
Oh, yeah.
Or the same moo of invisibility.
It would have to be.
With a floral hot pocket print.
So, then the girls are trying on their makeup, and one of them goes, I've decided what our name should be. Masters Without Slaves. And one of the other girls is like, oh, yeah. And then they're all kind of laughing, and one of the girls is like, you don't get it, do you? And the third girl's like, no, I don't. I don't get it. Like,
because
what?
They're masters without, like, boyfriends. That's what
okay,
I took
but
it
is that a joke? I mean, what's there not to get? It's pretty just...
Yeah,
it's self-explanatory, so I don't understand what the girl isn't getting. Is it you good?
Yeah. But yeah.
Okay. So that happens, and then Grizzly Adams finds the girls, and he's like, all right, if you don't break anything, if you don't steal anything, whatever, I won't tell, you don't tell, we're all good.
Because he's willing to give people chances.
No, because he is a trespassing bum.
He's an opportunist who knows how to treat people with respect.
Okay.
Guys.
I still love the man. I'm not saying I don't.
Nick.
I'm just saying Hugh isn't unreasonable.
Hold on. I agree with Nick. Nick is one way with this.
No! No! Come on!
I mean, they are breaking and entering on somebody else's property.
After he was
property.
a total dick to them.
Okay, but
so that makes it okay.
Yeah.
Well, if somebody's a dick to you, that gives you the right to break into their house and sit on their couch?
At their place of business? Yeah, maybe. Not their private residence, but that's not what he's doing.
Nah, I'm sorry, Brandon.
Table with a bunch of
Don't get me wrong. I love the man still. He is still in our Justice League. He is my boy. But Hugh is not unreasonable.
He is. He is an unreasonable man.
Nick has won me over.
Okay.
So, no, everyone shut up. We're not talking about the movie anymore. The man who doesn't fire a Santa for offering or insinuating oral to someone.
You don't know that he wasn't going to fire him after the fact.
He said go take a break and come back to finish your shift.
Yeah, because you don't fire people in the middle of your shift. You fire them at the end of the shift.
And you don't offer them back. You don't say go take a break and come back and finish. You say get out of here. We're going to talk.
You don't know what Hugh's intentions were before
I do,
that man
because
got
he's a
stabbed
little
in the dick.
worm. He's a little sniveling worm.
Are you talking to me?
I'm talking to
He's
both
making
of
eye
you.
contact with you. Okay. We'll table it for now. I'm worked up, man. So, the Nazis are just kind of chilling at the grandpa's house, right?
Yep.
And then the grandpa keeps going, no, she's staying at a friend's house, whatever. And then they're like, nah, bullshit. She's at her job, I guess. I don't remember how they find that out. But then they leave and they go to the department store. And then the girls the dumb bros show up outside. They're like, we're going to get some. And they walk up to the department store and the door's locked because Grizzly Adams took the tape off. And then the girls are walking through and there's like 3 tents set up.
Oh, yeah.
And they're all in their, they're just going to have a fuck party in the middle of the department store. Like, it feels very Chopping Mall to me.
Yeah, well, Brandon and I were like, are we watching Chopping Mall now?
Right. Yeah. They're just, I guess this was an 80s horror movie thing where people just had fuck parties for no reason.
I mean, I don't know if
aside
that's for no
from
reason.
the reason to fuck, but it just seems like, I don't know if I would want to be 5 feet from my friend also fucking, and then they're 5 feet from our other friend. Who it just seems weird.
Sounds like
to
you
me.
guys aren't adventurous.
I mean, I'm game. It just seems kind of
going.
weird. Okay.
I have to pee.
Oh, man.
No, we're not. We can't keep going.
No, it's fine.
No,
I'm here.
We already have to edit this out. So
No, we don't. Just leave it in.
we
It's
do.
our Christmas episode.
No.
Just leave it in.
We're loosey and goosey. Let's ride through it.
Seriously? Okay.
Yeah.
So the dumb bros show up at the mall. The girls have their tent set up, and then they have one of the girls with the main girl. Is like, you're not really gonna have sex with him, right? And she goes, nah, I'm saving it for someone special. And she goes, how do you get him to stop?
Oh,
and the
yeah,
main girl goes, you just say no. And the other girl goes, no, I think I would just go through with it over having a confrontation. And Megan gave the screen a thumbs up. And I was like, that's the saddest fucking conversation I think I've ever seen in a movie. Because it was sincere.
Yeah.
And so the door starts rattling and they're like, oh, they're really horned up. I think they call them horn dogs. But it's the Nazis. And one of the bros falls in with this wig split. And then the Nazis come in. And they're not subtle at all. They just show up. They get in one of the elevators. One of the girls gets in the elevator to go find the guys because they think it's the guys coming in. They straight up shoot this chick in the face.
Yeah.
The second they see her. They just walk into the elevator, shoot her in the head. Elevator gets to the top, and then they come out. They see Kirsty? Or no, Grizzly Adams heard the gunshot.
Yeah.
Goes and gets a gun. And then it starts like the longest shootout ever with the most...
the longest in the slowest action sequence ever.
Yes. Because the Nazis are on one side of the room, and then it's Grizzly Adams with the main girl on the other side, and he's like shooting at the Nazis, and the Nazis are shooting at him. And the other girl, the other friend, gets separated, and then she finds her friend dead and starts freaking out. And then the elf chases her down.
Well, the
and
elf was
finds...
hiding in the Christmas tree with a little Santa hat.
Yeah, he finds a Santa hat on an elf, and the elf on a toy elf, and the real elf is like, I'm gonna rock this Santa hat.
But there's a moment where the little mechanical pig is walking towards him, and that elf starts backing up, like, wait a minute, I don't know what's happening. And then he looks at the Nutcracker sitting in the tree, and he's like, I don't like this. And I want there to be a version of this movie where the only way to defeat this elf is with Christmas toys.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yep.
But he sees that elf with the Santa hat, and he's like, I'm gonna rock this. So the real elf puts the Santa hat on. And then the girl is running because she doesn't know what to do because she saw her dead friend, and there's Nazi shooting and shit's going on. Really kind of confusing action scene. But then she falls over and looks up, and there's the elf with the Santa hat on, and he stabs the shit out of her to death.
Yep.
And I'm still kind of wondering, why is this elf using a knife?
And why is the elf killing her friends?
Right. That's the only one that doesn't fit in with the guys creeping on her thing, is this friend that he just stabs for fuck all.
He's gone blood simple.
I guess. He just lost it. Stabbed the girl up. Then, the Nazis... Wait. Oh, there was a scene real quick where Grizzly Adams calls, like, pistol bullets shells.
Yeah.
And it really bothered me. I'm like, shotguns have shells. Those are bullets. Just call them bullets. They're not shells. I don't know why you said shells. This is bothering me. You're an ex-cop, and you're calling them shells.
It's true.
It was weird. And then they both look up. They see the elf, and the elf like, huh, and then runs away.
Oh shit, they can see me now.
And then she's like, I think he knows you're helping me.
Oh,
and I'm
yeah,
like,
because...
What? Why? What gave you the impression that the elf knows what the fuck is happening? Like, why? I don't understand where you got this concept.
Because the elf starts teaming up with them against the Nazis, right?
The elf starts what?
Did I make that up?
Is teaming up with the Nazis?
No, with them to fight the Nazis.
Oh, no, the elf doesn't go after the Nazis.
Okay.
The elf kind of just stays out of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then I made that up.
Which doesn't make sense, because they're directly... Well, I guess they say they're trying to save her.
Right.
This movie.
But then the elf
It's
stabs...
not consistent.
The elf stabs her friend up, and I'm like, okay, now you can tell your cat you have no friends. Oh, except your cat's dead, too. So now you really have no friends.
Except for that brother.
The Nazis hear police sirens, and then they nope the fuck out. Because they don't want to get arrested for being fucking Nazis. And then they find her friend dead on the ground with the BOC symbol in blood. Yep. Real metal. After that, useless cop shows up again. And just kind of goes, that's a dead person.
Yep,
and then
dead person.
Hugh's there, and he's pissed because there were people in his store after hours when they weren't supposed to be. Now there's a bunch of dead fucking people. And he's like, who's going to shop here on Christmas Eve when there's blood everywhere?
He seems like the kind of guy who calls people the N-word in traffic.
That's
the kind of guy Hugh sounds like to me.
I don't know.
Okay, I don't know about that. I think he's just really fucking stressed out about Christmas.
He seems like the kind of guy who calls people
Well, there's blood all over his fucking store. And she's like, sorry, my friend's bled on your shit. And it's like, you should be, because you weren't supposed to be there.
You fucking N-word.
Hugh did not say that. Hugh did not say that.
It's in his face.
Brandon
It's
said
in his
that.
face. His face says it all.
No, I disagree. But then Grizzly Adams and the detective get in an argument. And the detective's like, you're not a cop anymore. And Grizzly Adams like, you're not a cop now. And they kind of get into it. And he goes, just give me some time. And the detective's like, I just need the facts. And Grizzly Adams like, don't give me that Joe Friday shit.
Cop talk, cop talk.
Cop talk. And then he's like, all right, you got 24 hours to figure this out. Because cops do that shit.
Yep.
And he goes, is that enough time? He goes, I don't know if that's enough time. Well, you need to figure out if that's enough time. Like, they said enough time like 5 times back and forth at each other. I guess my bet is the director just went, just go.
Yep.
Just go.
Just do it. Who cares?
It'll be natural. And they said the same thing at each other fucking 5 times. And the director's like, nailed it. So, Grizzly Adams drives her home. And the elf is somehow back at the crime scene for some reason. and nobody sees him, and he puts her fingers in his mouth and bites off the dead girl's fingers.
A little snack for the road.
Yeah, I mean, I guess. I don't know how he got back on the crime scene with no one seeing him.
And the slow as he moves?
Yeah, like...
That's my whole thing this whole movie. How did he get anywhere?
Look at the security cameras. Mm-hmm. There's security cameras in that department store. You can see Nazis.
See, here's what happens. Hugh pays for cameras. They're not plugged into anything.
They're fake cameras.
As long as people think they're being watched, they're not going to do anything. N-words.
I mean, that's true up until that last bit. I don't think Hugh says that.
All right.
So, back at the house, Grizzly Adams is with the main girl, and the mom accuses him of being on drugs, etc., etc., calls the cops on Grizzly Adams, and the main girl's like, you should just get out of here before the cops show up. Grandpa finally steps up and is like, hey, you need to protect her and all this stuff. And Grizzly Adams says, I don't remember the exact line, but he goes, why don't you tell me what's going on? You seem to know everything that's going on here. Like, almost, that's pretty close. Uh-huh. And G.A. leaves before, Grizzly Adams leaves before the Popo shows up. The grandpa doesn't really tell him anything. And he goes to speak with he looks in the book and finds a professor's name in it. So he goes to speak with this Dana Gould-looking motherfucker.
Yep, he totally looks like Dana Gould.
Right. He goes to talk to him about these symbols and everything.
He also had kind of a Janusz vibe.
A little bit of a Janusz, I could see that. So he goes to talk to him, and the professor's like, oh, like, how familiar are you with the Bible and all this? And he starts talking about elves being on Noah's Ark and talking about Genesis and all this shit. And I'm like, really, movie? You're tying...
Okay, we have Nazis, we have a monster, and now we have the Bible.
Yeah, like the things that creep on two legs. Like, oh, obviously they mean elves.
Are you talking about people?
Yeah, what? Like, that could mean a lot of things. That monkeys,
He creeps on two legs.
Yeah.
And look at him.
Right.
Whoa, he got you.
I got you. I misheard you.
I got you.
I misheard you. But I don't know why he assumes that it's elves. But he does. Apparently elves are in the Bible, according to this college professor.
Well, I mean, elves and fairies and magic and
right.
And giants or whatever.
And then Grizzly Adams is like, well, what about the elves and the Nazis? And the professor goes, oh, I don't know much about the Nazis. Go talk to this other professor. He knows more about the connection between Nazis and elves.
Oh, you're talking about elf Nazis. I thought you were talking about Bible Nazis.
Right.
Oh, you want to see the other guy.
The other guy's the Nazi elves. I'm the Bible elf.
You mean the guy who's cooking dinner for his entire family?
Yes.
When fucking Grizzly Adams is like, hey, I have a question. What the fuck, dude?
Yeah. Well, wait. Yeah, we're jumping ahead just a smidge. Because he goes, okay, I'm going to go talk to fucking Nazi elf professor. Then we cut back to the main girl and her mother. Mm-hmm. And this...
Here it comes.
...is the big Chinatown reveal. Because somebody saw Chinatown. Yep. And you find out that her grandpa is also her father. Oh! Father impregnated his own daughter to create a perfect genetic specimen. Think about that. To mate with the elf to create the master race.
Because he later tells her, you being born is just a means of us creating a receptacle for some elf cum. Yeah. So then you can give birth to a master race of Aryan elves.
Can I throw some out there, though? Huh. Incest? Not the best way to get perfect genetic specimens.
What are you talking about?
Which is what this whole movie is
Pornhub
based on.
says it's fine.
Yeah. It's not.
No,
I promise you.
Step siblings.
Oh, okay.
That's what we were talking about earlier.
It's different.
Okay. It's different. Like, the whole plot is hinged on, he impregnated his daughter to make a perfect genetic specimen. Uh-huh. Not how incest works.
Nope.
Not a bit.
Nope.
So the whole plot of this movie doesn't make any goddamn sense.
I want a perfect image on this television screen. So I'm going to put two cameras looking at each other.
Yes.
So we just get this infinity loop on the TV.
Yep. Perfect sense. Yep. Perfect sense. So that was the Nazis' whole plan. was that he was going to impregnate his daughter, get the perfect genetic specimen to be a receptacle for the fucking elf to give birth to the master race.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Checks out. So that's the big reveal. Then we go back to Grizzly Adams busting in on this family on Christmas Eve. They're sitting down to dinner, and the professor is rightly like, the fuck are you? This is Christmas Eve.
You're literally in my house. Do you know I'm on neighborhood watch?
Yeah, he tells them.
Why?
He is on the neighborhood
share that
watch.
information?
So he knows he means business.
Okay.
Grizzly Adams has taken out many a neighborhood watch.
That I believe. In his drunken stupors.
Hey, whatever has to be done.
Whatever it takes.
Whatever the means are.
So he starts trying to tell his housekeeper to call the police. He keeps going, Policia! Telefono, Policia!
But then Grizzly Adams says, you could just talk to me and it'll be faster than getting through to her. And I'm like,
through to that thick fucking Hispanic.
Movie, you're being a little racist.
Like, let's dial it down.
Yeah.
But he's like, hey, by the time you get through to her, you'll get through to me, so talk to me. So that's when the professor explains that there are two schools of thought on the Nazi elf thing.
Yep.
One, that elves were used as Nazi assassin squads. Because they're small, they're fast, they're not, and they're vicious, much like Puppet Master the Littlest Reich. Same argument. They're small, they can infiltrate, they're vicious, they're killers. The second school of thought, he likes this one better because it mixes science and the occult, is that, the actual plot of the movie, the incest thing. Which, if it adds science and the occult, science tells you, that doesn't make sense. But whatever. So, Grizzly Adams goes, alright, thank you for your time, goodbye. And he leaves. And, he leaves, and this Nazi guy's been tailing him. Has been following him around in this car. And cut back to Grandpa trying to explain rationally why he impregnated his daughter. And that goes super well.
Yep. He was like, no, it's fine. I drugged her.
Yeah. It was cool. It's fine. It needed to be done. I did what was necessary.
Yeah.
And she's like, you're fucking crazy. Because he's fucking crazy. So Grandpa and Mom are a mess. Mom goes up to the bathroom and goes full Steve Buscemi and Billy Madison with her lipstick, just kind of smearing it all over her face.
Much like the look of that talking pie that Brandon got for Christmas.
Yep. Similar mouth on both of them. And
oh man,
so,
he's gonna be doing that all the rest of Christmas.
Yes,
I believe it.
So then the daughter runs upstairs away from fucking incesty grandpa and hugs her brother like he's not a little shit.
Yeah, but it's weird because their relationship takes a weird turn back to just being normal.
Where does his brother come from? If she is the incest baby of grandpa and the mom, where's the brother fit in? Did they incest again?
Maybe the brother is the son of the girl. First try, didn't work.
So he
is...
That doesn't make any sense.
Oh, shit.
This movie doesn't make any sense.
Infinity incest.
I don't understand where the brother came from. They never explain the brother. They explain the whole thing like, oh, she's the incest baby of these two. But then where's the brother come from? Whose child is this?
As an experiment.
Did they do it again for the fuck of it? Like, for her, they created her to be the receptacle for the elf. The brother, that was just a drunk Christmas that mom and dad got a little handsy.
No,
mom and grandpa
got a little handsy.
Grandpa impregnated his wife-daughter.
Right.
And she gave birth to that weird little kid. And
I mean, he does seem a little...
they're your brother.
He is kind of into his sister's tits.
Yeah, that's why I'm thinking that was like foreshadowing for the whole incest angle, but I still don't know where this little boy comes from. And it took me 2 viewings to realize that this boy doesn't have an origin, and it doesn't make any sense.
He comes from hell.
So then we cut from that, her hugging her little shit of a brother, to a car chase? Is it a chase? It's like the worst.
Again, much like the shootout, it's very slow.
It's very slow and long. And then
it's like they're inside their cars looking in the rearview mirror like, are they following us? I don't know.
Are we having a car chase right now? I think we are.
I don't know. Pull over to the side of the road.
Yeah, and then the Nazi throws a bomb through his window, right? Mm-hmm. And then Grizzly Adams jumps out, does his tuck and roll, and then the car explodes, kinda out of frame.
It's like, okay, guys, we have one shot at this.
We get one shot at this car
and then
explosion.
It rolled past the camera, like, oh shit,
son of a bitch! Like, because they straight up blew up a car. Mm-hmm. You see the car blown up, but it was not in frame. No, they could not bother to frame that shit. So that car blows up, and then the Nazi stops and gets out to check out the scene. Grizzly Adams fucking fights with him, knocks him to the ground. He's like, who are you? Where do you come from? What are you, a fucking Nazi or something? How many teeth do you have? And then punches him in the face.
And then he starts foaming at the mouth?
Yeah, he takes a cyanide pill, I'm guessing. That's my guess, is he took a Nazi cyanide
That
pill.
is the coolest shit I've ever heard. Yeah. How many teeth do you have? And then punches
him in the mouth. That's why he's in our Justice League.
That's right.
Because when he's not a bumbling drunk, he delivers.
Yes.
He gets the job done 100% of the time.
Yes.
Bumbling drunk or not.
So,
fucking idiot.
So he beats that Nazi down. Elf is still creeping around somewhere. Grizzly Adams still driving. It's taken him forever to get back to her house.
He's a safe driver.
Then the mom gets naked and gets in the tub. Mm-hmm. Still PG-13 movie.
Yep.
PG-13 movie, folks.
But we're lingering on those titties.
Yeah, that was full frontal and very fake boobs.
Oh, yeah.
And
1989 fake boobs.
And she's in the tub, and the elf pushes the fucking radio into the tub and electrocutes her. So incest Nazi mom is dead.
Yep.
From electrocution.
Thank God.
But when Grizzly Adams gets there's one of my favorite parts of the movie. He goes in to check, see what's going on in the bathroom. And like, is mom okay? She's fine. She'll be fine. She'll be fine.
She'll be fine.
She'll be fine.
Just
leave.
Let's go. We gotta get out of here.
We gotta go. What about mom? She'll be cool. It's fine.
She's great.
Just fuck it.
What's that smell? Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about that. That's not fried mom. And then they're talking to Grandpa in the library again.
And he kind of says the same thing.
But he specifies, read Revelation, son, because we're not going to have an army of elves. She's giving birth to the motherfucking Antichrist.
That's right.
So she's not giving birth to a master race. She's giving birth to the Antichrist that is going to lead an army of elves.
That's right.
Folks.
We're through the looking glass here.
Hang on. So we got Nazis, incest, elves, the Antichrist.
Biblical implications.
Yes. This is heady shit right here.
Yep.
So...
And Hugh's trying to stop it.
Hugh had nothing to do with trying to stop it.
Hugh had everything to do with it.
No, Brandon.
Come on.
This is all Hugh. Hugh's a
Let's
Nazi.
not
Hugh's a
point
Nazi.
that-
I'm saying
Hugh
it
is
right now.
not-
Hugh's a Nazi.
No.
Prove me wrong, kids. Prove me
He's
wrong.
emphatically the only one who isn't directly involved in all the Nazi shit that's going on.
Thank you, internet age argument. Prove me wrong. Prove you right.
Where's your little setup, Brandon, that says Hugh's a Nazi?
I
Prove
have a
me
little
wrong.
setup.
Where is it? I don't
you want
see
me
it.
to make a sign?
That says Hugh's a Nazi. Hugh is not a Nazi.
He's a Nazi.
He's not tied into this at all. Yes. So they have a conversation in the library about it, and Grizzly Adams finds out the whole incest angle. He's like, "You're a sick motherfucker," because he is.
And he's like, "For what? Wanting an elf to have sex with my granddaughter?"
Who is also my daughter. Yeah, that's pretty
he talks
fucked
about
up.
bringing forth the Fourth Reich.
Yes.
Yeah, man, you gotta stop talking about the Fourth Reich stuff. You're
Yeah,
not winning me over.
Yeah.
And it's weird because throughout the whole movie, the grandpa goes back and forth between "I want to help you" and "I want to taste you."
Yeah.
It's weird.
He gets, And then, so the Nazis show up at the library, right? And they're like, haha, final showdown with the grandpa and Grizzly Adams and the kids and the Nazis. And this is like the most awkward version of the ending of Reservoir Dogs I've ever seen. Because everybody gets shot.
Yep.
But it's really slow and weird, and like they wrestle a little
it's
bit.
poorly choreographed.
And
I don't think the director knows how to direct action.
Absolutely not. Because
Really
they
knows
were
how to
kind of
direct
like
a movie.
rolling around on the ground, and then Grandpa gets shot, and then they kind of slap fight, and then the other Nazi gets shot twice, and then Grizzly Adams gets shot, and then the main Nazi, the two kids run out of the house. And the main Nazi follows them, and everybody else is just shot up. But it was this weird, it was a very clumsy and awkward, like, Mexican standoff that ended in a bunch of people getting shot.
It's like the original Star Trek action, like just a bunch of people like jockeying for position.
And then everybody gets shot. And then they take off, and the main Nazi chases them back to the woods. Because why wouldn't you go back to the fucking woods where it all started when you're trying to run away from a Nazi?
Right.
And the Nazi's chasing them in his car.
Oh, yeah. This is the best part.
He's chasing them in his car, and then just, for some reason...
Just fucking rolls his own Jeep!
Yep, just rolls his Jeep off a fucking embankment, cuz.
Yep.
Because he's a bad Nazi driver.
Yeah.
And he's just like, oh, fuck, that was real. And then he just climbs out of his car and starts chasing him on foot.
God damn it.
Yeah, because he catches them in the woods and he says, I'm trying to help you.
Yeah, they catch up. He catches up to them, and it's at the scene where the elf first appeared, because of course it is, because why the fuck not?
Because time's a flat circle.
Yes, time is a flat circle. And he's like, oh, I'm trying to help you because I want to protect you. You're going to give birth to the Antichrist and all this shit. And then he gets shot in the back by the fucking elf.
Yep.
Right.
And I had to watch this twice to go, did that fucking elf just shoot him with a gun?
Shot him in the back
with
a Luger.
Where did he get the gun?
From the library.
Wow.
He grabbed the gun and he took chase. It just took him a while because he moved so slow. Right.
Chase.
That's why they were able to have the whole "I'm protecting you" conversation, because the elf was still catching up. And then when he got there, straight up shot that Nazi in the back. And then the elf
that makes that elf more of an American than it makes Hugh.
I'm not gonna get into this. We got to get through it.
All right.
We got to get through it.
Right.
I know where I stand on Hugh, and if you want to be wrong, that's your business.
All right.
So.
Wait, does Grizzly Adams die? I don't remember.
No.
We don't know.
No.
Hang on. Because we'll get there. Because I don't know, but the elf starts advancing on Kirsty.
Advancing.
Air quotes. Very slowly. And she's like throwing dirt clods at him. Like, get away.
Ew.
And then she turns to her brother and goes, go back and get the crystal from the library. And the boy starts...
Elfstone.
Yeah, the Elfstone. The boy starts, why didn't you fucking grab it when you were there with the awkward fucking standoff?
He's too busy looking at his sister's tits.
I guess. But she's like, go get the elf stone. And the boy starts running, and she's like crawling on the ground away from the elf, throwing dirt clods at him. And the elf's like, hey, come on, baby. Chill out. And then the boy gets back to the library, and Grizzly Adams kind of gets up and goes, here's the crystal, and gives him the crystal, and then kind of onto the ground. So I don't know if he dies. Because we never see him again.
Yeah.
You never see most of them again.
He hands off the crystal to the kid and then goes, bleh, and falls on the ground.
If he did die, he died a hero.
Yes. So we don't know, because we never go back to that.
You know, if he wasn't crashing overnight at the department store, he never would have been involved in this problem.
It's true.
But you know what? The call to action came to him, and he answered the phone.
He did.
And he killed Nazis.
Yes.
Like a goddamn American hero.
He did. That's why he's in our Justice League.
In the most American way.
And he's dead, and Hugh's still alive.
Yeah, he was a sniveling worm coward.
Okay. So...
Oh, you have a pink dot of your house? That's okay. You don't drink, do you? That's fine.
Oh my god.
I'm Hugh. Goodbye.
So the boy runs back through the woods with the elf crystal.
Let's get back to the boy.
And then he gets back to his sister, and she's just kind of sitting next to a tree now, being like, it's cool, just give me the crystal. I was told I would know what to do, just give me the crystal. So he gives her the crystal. And then she breaks into a crawl across the ground to the hole where the elf came from.
While the elf is just kind of walking alongside her.
The elf is kind of very slowly behind her, walking after her. And
Chucky walking?
Yeah.
Okay, so she reaches the hole. And this line kind of sums up everything about this movie to me.
Real quick, I had to play this back a few times.
I played it back a few times.
Because the first time I heard it, I went, wait a minute.
Did I hear what I just think I heard?
Did I hear this correctly?
And
Do you not remember this?
I rolled it back and went, Yeah, I heard that right.
And we'll do
She
on 3.
raises the crystal above the hole
and says,
"Die, you little faggot," and stabs the hole.
First of all, she stabs the hole.
She stabs the hole in the ground with the crystal while saying, "Die, you little faggot."
Oh, man.
And I had to listen to it because I thought, there's no fucking way I heard that.
The first time I was watching, I went, "What? What did I just hear?" And then I rewound it again, and she goes, "Die, you little faggot." And I was like, what?
What does that have to do with anything?
What just
Brandon
happened?
probably doesn't remember this part because, spoiler alert, I'm going to shove Brandon in front of a bus now.
Uh-oh.
When we were watching it, me, him, and my girlfriend the other night, he was on his phone for like 85% of the movie. Yeah.
Shameful.
That's not true.
Yeah, well, it is.
So she stabs the hole. Smoke starts coming out of the elf's mouth, and it's like, oh.
Yeah, he starts to like decompress.
Right, because she stabbed a hole in the ground.
Yeah. That's right.
And called it a faggot.
Have you ever stabbed a grave in a graveyard? That's what happens.
Is this the movie?
No,
is this
good.
the movie that the idiots who wrote the Freddy vs. Jason script watched and then did that later on?
Oh, that's hilarious!
Call Freddy the elf a faggot. Let's call Freddy a faggot. Freddy is a faggot because he's a child molester.
Oh. Yeah, that I feel like that sums up all the idea meetings for Freddy vs. Jason.
And then bunch of dudes in a boardroom. Then we get Jay from Jay and Silent Bob in there.
But we can't get him.
So we'll just get someone else like him.
So then, after that, the girl, it cuts to the next morning. I guess they were in the woods all night. And she's holding her brother. And he's like, "It's over?" She goes, "Yeah, it's over." She goes, "It's snowing." And then it fades into the next and final shot, which is just a fetus with a little beating heart, which it wouldn't be at this point, because I'm assuming the elf would have raped her in the woods.
Who had sex with her?
The elf.
The elf.
When?
When he was going to get the crystal.
Yeah, man.
Then when he
the movie was not clear about this.
Because then when he came back, she was just kind of sitting next to the tree, like they weren't fighting anymore.
Yeah, he's like because the elf is just pawing at her like a little cat.
Because they just got busy. Because the elf raped her in the woods. We have another movie with sexual assault in it. At the very end, by an elf to make the Antichrist. So the very final shot is that little fetus with the beating heart, which it wouldn't be because it just happened. And then the credits roll. And the director, who I hate, gave himself a directed credit and a writing credit. Just say written and directed. Or just say directed and then say written by with all 3 writers instead of giving each writer their own fucking credit.
Pure hubris.
It's not that good. It's not even close to that good.
It just
I don't know why you all needed your own credit, because this is a hot mess.
Yep.
It's not even that. It just seems like a really snooty, kind of condescending way to try it. It's self-congratulatory way to say, I wrote this movie too. If I fucking had a hand...
smart is this plot, man?
Dude, if I had a hand in this script, I'd be like, you can take my name.
Yeah, I don't need to be included in that.
Can you change my name to Ignacio Debuchet, please?
Yeah. Literally anything. But no, man, this script's so smart. It's got Nazis. It's got elves. Yep. It's about the Antichrist, motherfucker. This is a clever script.
It has
giving myself my own credit.
It has that thing Chinatown had.
Yeah. I saw Chinatown, and that was a good movie. So, round the table, because that's the end there.
Yep.
That's the end of Elves.
So we'll start this time with Brandon, and we'll go to Anthony and me. So why you think it's obscure, and would you recommend it?
I think it's obscure because it's almost incomprehensible. Like, it's so hard to follow. Nothing really makes sense. The characters are just stereotypes. Would I recommend it? I'd like to cede my time in favor for something much more important. I'm glad you two have lived lives where you've never been down on your luck and needed help.
That's emphatically not true.
Let me finish my goddamn point.
That's not true. That's a lie.
Let me finish my point.
I can't listen to the point of somebody who's starting their fucking point with a lie.
All right.
No, go ahead.
Oh, I can talk now.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Hold on, let me lean back.
I'm sorry you guys have never had to come to someone hat in hand asking for a
Here
favor.
he goes with the lie again.
For a job? Like hand in hand asking for a job?
Anything.
Because I did that.
Anything.
I did that exact
Anything.
thing
Anything.
6 months ago, and
Anything.
they told me to fuck myself.
And it sucked, right?
Yeah, fuck that.
I have walked around the streets of San Diego, rode the trolley around this entire fucking city with a stack of resumes only to be turned down almost every time, have my resume thrown away in front of me. So I know what it's like.
And it sucks, right?
Yeah, it's fucking
But you
terrible.
know what? I wasn't fucking drunk. I didn't get fired from the job that I went hand in hand to for being a drunk.
That's a valid point.
So you go to a job that you got fired for being drunk, but they hired a heroin addict.
Did they hire a heroin addict in this movie?
I think he was doing cocaine.
Yeah, he was just
right. It's
no.
Do you know how drugs work?
Yeah.
No,
And
both
do
of
you
you
know that you can do coke without being a coke head?
Yeah, you guys. It was.
What?
Fuck it.
No.
This
Okay.
is getting
All right.
too real.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
okay.
I don't like this.
Okay. All right.
No,
I was
it's
still
all right.
riding with the bit. All right.
No, it's fine. So, would you recommend it?
No,
No.
I don't like this movie.
No, it's
Okay.
a bad movie.
No.
Anthony?
I think it's obscure because it's not good, and it's really confusing. None of the threads that it starts ever go anywhere. It's like Chopping Mall meets Tourist Trap meets The Keep.
But you like all those movies.
Yeah, those are all better on their own.
Yeah.
Slammed together, these are all stupid.
Yeah.
I think it's obscure because it's bad. It's not a good movie. And would I recommend it? I would probably recommend it for if you're looking for bad Christmas horror movies and you just want to throw something on with your buddies. I would recommend it under those guidelines, but as a whole, no, it's not very good. Nick?
I think it's obscure for the same reasons you guys kind of said, in that it's incomprehensible and kind of jumbled. But even after that, when you really scrutinize it and you get the plot, like you really look at the plot, it still doesn't make sense. Like, even when you see what they were doing, you're like, no, because that's still, even the bricks that you laid don't make sense. Mm-hmm. Like, you jumbled them all up, sure, and I get that. I was able to decipher your bullshit, but even when I decipher it, it's still nonsense. So it's just, I think that's why it's obscure. Because it's just doesn't make any sense at all, even upon scrutiny. Is that dogs? Are you picking that up?
Yep.
Is that going to go through the whole fucking thing? Like, do they not shut their fucking dog up?
They don't. They don't. They're fucking obnoxious. They're out there yelling all the time.
That is
insane. If you are our neighbors across the way, close your fucking door and please teach your dog to stop barking.
Yeah, it's
your dog is adorable. You suck.
Yeah. Anyways, so that's why I think it's obscure, and I'm kind of on board with Anthony in the I would recommend it if you're gonna like get drunk with your buddies and watch a bad fucking movie. But even then, there are probably better things you could throw on if you're gonna get drunk and watch a bad movie with your buddies.
Yeah. But I have another question. Why the fuck is Grizzly Adams in this movie?
I don't know.
No, I don't think any of us did any research on that.
No,
I meant to.
He just did.
Maybe he needed money.
Yeah. I mean, Grizzly Adams can't carry him, through everything.
Yeah, that's true.
And it ended at some point, so he was probably like, fuck it. I'll do an elf movie.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Haggerty's the man, though.
So 2 lukewarm recommendations and 1 hard no from Brandon.
I would say a lukewarm not recommendation. Like, I lean more towards the don't watch it than watch it. But if you're going to watch it, you could watch worse things.
Yeah, that's where I'm at.
It's a soft no for me.
It's 2 soft no's and 1 hard no for 1989's Elves, directed by Jeff Mandel and written by Jeff Mandel. Written by Mike Griffin, written by Bruce Taylor.
Boo. Boo to all of you for your nonsensical incesty Nazi plot.
Yeah, this movie's not good.
It's not. It's bad.
Gentlemen,
I think that's
about
just
to wrap it up.
Wrap it up like a Christmas present, sons.
What are we doing next time?
We had discussed doing the next director dissection.
Yeah, I think it's up time for a director dissection.
I think it is time.
So surprise director dissection next episode.
I think we know who we're doing, but we haven't nailed it down, so we won't say for sure. But yeah, it's director dissection time.
Part 2 to another director dissection.
No,
you guys.
we're not. No,
never again will I sit there and watch that hot pocket eating idiots movies.
Never.
All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for getting with us. I'm sorry I'm not feeling well, and I ruined parts of this episode.
He's a little out of it. I think his blood sugar's low.
It is. I'm a little
He's a little loopy today.
And as always, I'm Anthony Trevino, and you can find me on Instagram at AnthonyT697. That's pretty much the only social media that I really use. And as always, my co-pilot in life, the Starscream to my Optimus Prime. I don't even know if I got that right because I don't watch Transformers. Sitting right next to me.
Brandon.
Get your grubby hands off of me.
Talking pie freeze.
And I'm jolly old Saint Nicholas.
And that's it. Happy holidays!
Merry Christmas, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Hanukkah.